pretty high-level defensive effort for us for 40 minutes. Obviously, they put so much pressure on you with their ability to rebound the ball. I thought having just 3 offensive rebounds in that second half was huge to our ability to win the game. Getting on that defensive backboards, being able to out-rebound them, which is a tall task.
DJ, he didn't have the strongest first half, but started the second half with the 3, had 2 of them and one's back-to-back, finished with 15. I mean, how important was it to get him going to start the second half, and how much do you think it led to the run?
It's really big because I think, you're right. He didn't look as aggressive as he needed to be, and then at times he tried to be aggressive, and it just seemed like the wrong time. He just didn't seem as comfortable as he needed, and I think he might have only played 8 or 9 minutes in that first half. Ryan gave us a great minutes during that stretch. But I thought in the second half, we just keep it simple, man. Just keep it simple. Stay strong with the ball. One of the first plays early in that second half, he tried to force it into Mark. It's just not there. This is a good defensive team. You're just not going to get the first read every time. And I think once he kind of settled in from there on out, he was a little more aggressive. He was able to see the ball go in the basket. The 2 3-point plays were huge. And the couple threes he made were huge as well. And then, I thought he did a really good job. And he gets screened about, 70 times per game. And Folks, receives a lot of them. And I thought DJ did a great job today, as well as, our forwards that were helping on those ball screen coverages, just fighting through and not giving him a ton of advantage. Because, on Friday night, Folks was lights out, and they were playing, a ton of middle ball screen with him, and he was either scoring it or finding the right guy every time. I thought DJ did a really nice job tonight, defensively as well.
As a whole team, offense kind of struggled in the first half, but at one point in the second half, you guys were, I think, 11 of 17 from the field. I guess, what did you say to them at halftime, and what changed?
Well, we were just trying to keep it as simple as we could. Obviously they were trying to take passes away. They were trying to blow up offensive sets. They were trying to deny. And we just talked about being able to play through some dribble drive and some penetration principles that we have. And I thought that led to, a great finish by Varro, a couple of those 3-point opportunities because it put them into rotation, right? And it's the old adage of when a team's playing a sagging defense, you got to swing the sag. And then when you're getting pressured, you got to try to penetrate the pressure. And obviously Cam is, excellent at that. DJ did a really nice job of that in the second half. And then when you have guys that can create space or be able to catch and finish, it leads to some high percentage shots.
You mentioned Friday about having the whole week off. Everybody came back. It's kind of hard to maybe get into it. They didn't leave that mindset after that game, did they? To today, you guys stayed locked in.
Yeah, they stayed locked in. Yeah, they were really engaged today. It was just like I said. I thought it was a 40-minute defensive effort. You could probably count on one hand the couple times where you're sitting going we just had a bad defensive possession, or we, misguarded that action. There were just so few of those during the course of the game. That was great to see, and again, it's something we can continue to build off.
How great is it as a coach to see 4 of your guys score 15 or more points?
That's always the thing, and it's a hard sell sometimes. Is having some of that balance. Our best teams have had that balance. Even the other night, we had 2 guys with 22, a guy with 18, a guy with 17, a couple guys with 9. We believe that the ball can move. We believe we have multiple guys that can make plays and make shots. And, I think that makes you harder to defend. And, when guys are willing to give it up and they trust each other, you get some of those high percentage shots. 21 assists on 26 field goals is pretty incredible. And then, like you said, having 4 guys in 15 or plus is unique.
Have you looked at the scores of the other games yet today?
I have no idea.
So you don't do that right now?
No, I don't. I don't have my phone down here. So.
Do you wonder?
You wonder, but it's not the most pressing thing because it, well, what do we got? So, yeah, it doesn't, obviously that Cleveland State-Oakland game is going to be a battle down the stretch, but, we got to just keep doing what we do.
Does this feel like when you were in the other conference and you were in the top dog?
No, we just got to keep working. We got to keep working.
I don't care about that.
No.
I know Mario Dickinson sort of gets all the hype when it comes to being a defensive player of the year candidate. Another guy who sort of seems to fly on the radar on that end is Joshua Majaka. What do you feel about his play? Not only just today against the Milwaukee Bucks, but just overall, knowing that he came into the season sort of the offensive guy coming from Gannon, but how do you feel about his defensive play?
Yeah, I mean, when he wants to get down in the stance and move, I mean, he can keep just about anybody in front. I mean, his athletic ability is really high level, and you know, we complimented him and some other guys. I thought they did a great job of just continuing to keep their feet moving on a couple of plays in that first half where it seemed like Milwaukee had some advantage, and they were able to continue to work back to the front. He did a great job of not fouling tonight as well. As that ball was driving at him, he stayed, you know, in great legal guarding position, continued to move his feet. You know, he can be a real disruptor defensively, you know, and we've talked to him about that. You know, again, he's averaging double figures, but he can impact the game in so many different ways, and that's what's, you know, helped our defense improve so much is his play, Mars' play, as well as many others.
Cam Woods is another guy who's known as a scorer, but he had 11 assists today, almost a near triple-double. What did you see out of him?
I think he just made all the right plays. You know, that pass he had to Mar in the lane was incredible vision. You know, I was hoping he saw him, didn't know if he did or didn't, but then all of a sudden the ball's in Mar's hands. He's got an uncontested layup. And, like, if he doesn't get player of the week, I mean, he had 22, 10, and 9 in the game on Thursday night, 15, 11, and 8 tonight in 2 important wins coming down the stretch. Like, if he's not player of the week in the Horizon League, to me, that's a disservice. Somebody must have done something that's, you know, borderline incredible to beat him out, if you ask me.
You mentioned earlier in a radio interview about your first time being a head coach, and probably the last 2 years being more than half the league in rise and sort of turnover. Has that sort of been an advantage for you, knowing that you're now one of the older guys in the league and that there's been such turnovers?
No, these guys are all good coaches. They all have good plans. They all have teams that are prepared. You know, you look across and you're constantly trying to figure out, you know, what they're thinking of and what they're trying to do next. You know, our staff's done a great job of preparing our team with scouts, but each and every night you're playing against a team that has a quality plan, and they're going to go out and try and execute it. And so you got to be able to execute yours better.
Is this the closest in your years since joining the Horizon League where between the top and the bottom that's been so competitive where everyone can beat everyone and sort of makes it where there's no guarantees coming to the point?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I was actually talking about that with a couple of the coaches from Milwaukee prior to the game, and just felt like, you know, everybody is capable of beating anyone. And so it just keeps everybody on their toes, and you got to go out and you got to earn the wins. You got to be able to continue to execute your plan, and you know, each and every one has been a challenge. And I say to our guys almost for every game, you know, we know everyone's going to be what, and they say hard. They're all going to be hard. They're going to be hard in some form or fashion, and you got to be prepared for it.
How do you prepare coming up with only one game this week? IUND, a team that you're able to beat by 50 points before, but played much better since. How do you sort of get the guys to know that you can lose that game come in, especially consider how important it will be for standings?
I mean, what we just talked about, you know, obviously controlling what we can control, but you know, I talked about 2 years ago, we beat Milwaukee at home on a Tuesday, and we had to go play IUND on a Thursday. And if we would have won the game, we probably would have had a top 5 finish. And we're unable to do it. And we kind of just lost our way down the stretch of that game. We had a lead in the second half, kind of lost our way, and then we ended up, you know, having to play in that opening round, which, you know, just makes your ability to advance that much harder. So, you know, we'll remind them of that. And these guys, I think, are, you know, pretty understanding of scenarios and mentalities and all that stuff. And so, you know, I think they'll be really locked in.
Ryan, fact check me on this one, but I'm pretty sure this one clinched a home playoff game, and you already have the first round bye, but you know you get a home tournament game. What does it mean to you to know that you'll be able to have a home tournament game and won't have to go on the road until potential semifinals? Yeah,
it's one of the goals that we have, right? Is being able to have and host one of those quarterfinal games, right? Because if you're in that, you're doing that. You're not playing on Tuesday night. You're playing on Thursday. You're playing at home. You know, there's a lot of positives that come with that. You know, hopefully we can get a great turnout for that game from the community, from the university, from the students, to be able to support these guys because I think they deserve it.
Did it feel like today had a little bit more juice than the average game?
Yeah, a little more buzz, a little more energy in the building, you know, which is great. And I think these guys appreciated it. And, you know, I just think they deserve, you know, some great recognition for, you know, the season they've had. And they're a fun team to watch. They compete hard. There's highlight plays every game. Guys that are playing the right way and playing together and playing for each other. And, you know, that you know, hopefully can bring people to appreciate the way that they go out there and they compete.
All right.
Smiles on your face. I mean, as corny as it sounds, what does this feel like right now, what you're going through? I mean, I know you got a goal in mind, you got to stay focused, but another pretty good, impressive win here.
I say it just feel good. Like just to go back home with a win, like not being down, it definitely help our spirits, like so we could play comfortable. Like when you losing, you worry about how you playing, what you doing wrong. Now we can be free, like but still be focused at the same time too. Though.
Cam, back-to-back games with near triple-double. I mean, what's been working for you?
Just feeding off energy, like every little play. Try to just get more energy because I'm playing the whole game basically, so I got to find spurts where I can. So just like the loud plays, like the oops and stuff, yeah, definitely boosts me up.
And Mark, your coach just said it would be a disservice if you weren't the Horizon League Player of the Week. I mean, you got anything to add to that?
Honestly, I ain't really focused on Player of the Week. I'm just focused on IU Indy, trying to close the season out strong as we should.
For both of you guys, considering the first time around you guys beat IU Indy by 50, just as players, does it make you feel more or less sort of locked in when you go against a team that you beat, or do you know that you can lose to any team in the league?
Honestly, the Horizon League, it's a tough league to get wins. We see day in and day out, like, you know, all these games come down to the wire, so you can't underestimate no opponent in this league. You got to have the same mindset, whether you're playing the #1 team or the last team in the league.
Guards you have to play with?
They great. They hold the forwards accountable, and we able to hold them accountable. So I think us just meeting that halfway, you know, just being on each other and holding us accountable, it goes a long way. You know, they able to defend at a high level, penetrate at a high level, and make the job easier for the forwards. So as long as we keep feeding off each other energy, I think we got a good shot.
Cam, after last game, we talked about the team's defense and how 85 points wasn't what you guys wanted to let up. 59 against a team that had 12 conference ones coming in. I mean, what changed today?
I'd say we gave up a lot of like one-on-one buckets last game that to people that we shouldn't give it up to. So if we give it up to a non-scorer, it's gonna be loud buckets. Like they're gonna get energy and feed off. I think like they top 3 guards, like they was on the single digit. So as a guard, we took our matchup. Like we took it because we know one arm can get off and then no one got off. So
How good does it feel to know that you guys will host a quarterfinal tournament game?
I feel pretty good, but I don't think we focus on the quarterfinal game. We focus on IU Indy.
I'd say good because, I mean, we make a lot of plays at home and we getting more fans every day. So I know the playoff game definitely got to be like we got to have people waiting outside for sure. Especially, like,
Mari, it seemed like the play that kind of clinched it today was your block that go down and DJ hits the 3. What went through that play? What was that block like, and then seeing the 3 on the other end?
Just really using my basketball instincts. I seen it was a switch, and DJ got on a bigger guard, so he was trying to use the size advantage on DJ, and I had a non-shooter, so I just rotated over and helped block the shot. And on the other end, DJ hit a big-time 3, so it was just, you know, a good feeling. You know, got the crowd into it down the stretch, and that's what we needed.
Maureen, you had a stretch where you had around 4, you fouled out in a few games in a row. As of lately, you haven't been any kind of foul trouble. Has there been anything different that you or the coaching staff sort of worked on, or it's just been just how the game's gone?
I don't want to be on the bench. that's really what it is. I just want to be able to produce at a level that I know that I'm able to produce in, and my teammates know that I'm able to produce in. I can't do that if I'm not out there. So just trying not to be too handsy and, you know, stay on my feet a lot of times. And we worked on a lot of shot fake drills too. I give credit to the forward coach, Coach George. He helped me out a lot, and Coach too. And then my guards just, you know, relying on me. I can't be getting cheap fouls and be out the game knowing that it's a lot of impact plays out there that need to be made.
Cam, you didn't sit at all. What's it like to play all 40 minutes? And how do you stay ready to play all 40?
Just stay hydrated for real. Get rest. Like you can't do, like you might not can't even go to the grocery store. Like, like get as much rest as you can. And I just want to win. Like, I feel like if I come out the court, I just feel like I'm missing something. So I don't never want to come on. Yeah.
Cam, I know Amarion doesn't personally care, but from what you've seen throughout the year, do you think he's made a legitimate case to be Defensive Player of the Year in Horizon?
Nah, most definitely. If he's not Horizon League Defensive Player of the Year, I don't know who is, because we can play each team, and I mean, the best defender is going to be on me, and I know now one of them not defending like him, like 10 blocks a game, you know, and scoring. So you put that in the factor too.
Cam, you had a really nifty double pass that your coach was talking about earlier. When after you, I think it was to Amari, and after you have like a goggles celebration, what was the celebration?
It's the goggles, man. Once you got the goggles on, I think you bring out the goggles after the fourth assist when you get 5. So I just bring it out.
20/20 vision.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all, man.